Good morning. Here I am again. A bit more of a civil time this morning. It's about 8:15. So I'm not after deer or foxes or anything. This time I haven't got the car, so I'm staying real local. I'm going for a short walk. I brought the 50 to 200 f2.8 Pro home system lens, which is good. There's the car coming, which is good for doing butterflies. So that's what I'm after today. I'm just going to try and do some butterfly shots. There's a field just up here that there's a lot of thistles in there, so I'm hoping there'll be a few butterflies in this field. So it's only a 5-minute walk from my house. So I'll, the usual, I'll put you on the headband. I've actually got it right this time. Learn by your mistakes. Right, so I'll turn it back on when we get to where we're going. Here I am at the destination. I got to the fields where I was thinking could be good for butterflies. It's the local builder uses it for, I think he dumped some stuff here after he's dug footings and things for houses. There's all sorts around here. It's full of thistles, and there's even some, well, there's poppies there. There's some flowers, garden flowers as well, but there's quite a few butterflies about. I've seen a few meadow browns already, and it's just a mass of thistles over this area, which are usually good for your butterflies. I might even get goldfinch feeding on them if I'm quiet enough. So I'll stick you over on the headband. Like I say, I'm using the OM system 50 to 200 today, so I can keep a distance from the butterflies. I'm not going to spook them as it's easy. Not true macro photography. I have got the macro lens in my bag, but I just thought I'd give it a go with the 50 to 200. I have used it before. I used it last year, just once, went out and found it good. So yeah, I just thought I'd give it another run out and just show you what it's capable of. Really good for butterfly photography. So I'll swap you over onto the headband and let's see what we can see. I'll just give you an example of what the lens is capable of. So I'm about 2 meters away from the thistle head. I'll take a photo at 50mm, and I'm going to zoom in to 200mm. So if you can imagine if there was a butterfly on top of that thistle head, yeah, it'd be quite easy to get a photo of it. It's great being able to keep your distance. I mean, at the moment I'm on manual, thousandths of a second, 5.6 ISO 200, so that's quite good. I use, for the butterfly, I do use the bird detect. It seems to pick up butterflies quite well, so stick with that. So like I say, on the way here I did see a few meadow browns, so I'm expecting to see some of them. Doesn't always go to plan, but I'm sure we'll see some butterflies sooner or later. It's quite hard work, and it's quite warm now, so they are a bit flitty, they are a bit flying around a lot, but you never know. I mean, it's not just butterflies, I've got some bees, you know. I could always try and get a photo of this bee, just see how close I can get. So it's not true macro, but it's still quite good close focusing. There we go. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to auto ISO, just to make life a bit easier. I can always keep my eye on the ISO setting. It's gone up to ISO 500, but I've got no problem with that. Could even try some bee takeoff photos with the Pro Capture on the OM1. But nope, we'll carry on. We'll find some butterflies. I just want to show you sort of how good it is for butterflies. Really, you don't need a macro lens for the butterflies, the size of butterflies that are around this area. Nothing rare. It's all just sort of garden butterflies, really. But Let's see what we can see. Seems to be quite a few white butterflies flitting around these poppy heads. It'd be quite a nice perch if I could get one perched on one of these poppy heads. I'll just take a quick photo of one of the poppy heads and then... Not a lot at the moment. Let's do another one of these. Quite like these. I'll have to pick some of these to be good for setting up for trying to get goldfinch or something perched on them in the winter in my back garden near my feeders. Make quite good perches them. There's my first white butterfly. We'll just keep our eye on this and... Oh no, it's gone away. But if you look around here, there's just a mass of thistles and all sorts of wildflowers. I'm not a flower expert, so I can't tell you what they are, but just look good for spotting butterflies. Here's the thistles that I'm talking about. It's a mass of these. Plenty of bees around the thistles. A few butterflies flitting about. I just have to find one that's perched now. Just a matter of patience, really. Don't know how this head cam is going to go today. It might get a bit warm. It's out in the quite warm sun now, and it'll have heat from my head as well. They are meant to be a bit prone to overeating. I've had no problems up to now, but this would be a good tester. Another bee photo. Let's have a look. See how close we can get. Yeah, that's still focusing at that. You can actually use it with a 1.4 teleconverter, but for the macro stuff I want to try and keep as much detail as I can, really, so I'd rather not use it. One good thing about this is these thistles, the height they're at, I won't be kneeling down so much. It's better on my old knees. Just finding some butterflies now that's going to be the problem. What I've done, I've just gone to a single autofocus point. Still on 5.6. f5.6. You do get quite good depth of field with the smaller sensors. Micro Four Thirds sensor. Not having much luck with the butterflies, am I? Plenty of bees. Which is not really what I came for, but we'll take some. It still does show you sort of the macro capabilities of the lens. It's meadow brown, but so I'm about 1 metre away now, and I'll just go down to, so I'm at 1,000th of a second, f4.5 now. Try to focus on the head. Hoping for something a little more colourful, but it's my first butterfly. I'll just have a quick look, see what. Yeah, it's nice. I'm quite happy with that for my first butterfly shot. There does seem to be a few more around this area, so hopefully nearly all meadow browns, but so it'll show you what this lens is capable of. Same again, another meadow brown. Just getting the angle right. See, with the macro lens, I've got a 60mm macro, but I'd be within 12 inch, what's that, 30 centimetres of the butterfly, so I might spook it. So with this longer working distance, it's just so much easier to get the shots. Got one on knapweed now. It's not on the thistle, it's on knapweed. I know they do like feeding on them. I'll just try and get a little bit closer. So I'm about, I'd say, 3/4 metre, maybe half a metre away from this butterfly. It's a bit backlit, but if it turns a little bit more, there you go. This seems to be the best area hole now. That's a very tatty butterfly, but it's still a butterfly. Same again. Maybe a metre away from it there. See how close I can get. I don't think this one's going to fly. If the bee leaves it alone. Just gone to F8 on this one to get that bit of a more depth of field, which it'd be like F16 on a full frame camera. But don't forget, I'm at 200mm, which is like being at 400mm, so that's why I can get to close-up photos, but from far away that looks brilliant now. Shame it's such a tatty butterfly. What you do have to watch is casting your shadow when you're doing butterflies. I'll try and show you what I mean. It's like there, I'll take a photo of this thistle head. If I try and get too close, I've casted my shadow over that, and that would have spooked the butterfly. That movement, the shadow movement, would just spook them. They'd be away. You have to think about your composition as well when you're doing these things. It's like it's nice to get it on a diagonal sometimes, the butterfly. Just have a quick look at that, see. Yeah, they're coming out nice. It's a bit bright now, it's a bit contrasty, but yeah, if you want such a tatty butterfly, there'd have been some good photos of that. I just thought I better had mentioned that I am using electronic shutter, the silent shutter on all these photos. Someone on my sports video, someone had mentioned it. It sounded like I was using mechanical shutter. That was just a sound effect to put in on the video. But yeah, the only time I use the mechanical shutter really is when I'm using my flash for doing headshots and things for the football and rugby. Anytime I'm using flash, that's when I use the mechanical shutter. Any other time now I just use electronic shutter all the time. On the OM1 Mark II, it's very good. It's fast readout, so you don't get a lot of rolling shutter on it. So I suppose it saves wear and tear on the camera as well. It's, you know, the mechanical shutter could eventually give in. Small skipper around. Let's see if we can grab a photo of that. Let's have a quick look and see how the little skipper, yeah, very nice, something a bit different. Can get very frustrating, this butterfly photography. It's better coming out early actually, it's harder to find, but sometimes they're roosted up and they won't move, so you can get close to them. But I mean, they're just so flighty at this time of day, but it is what it is. I don't mind it. I'm a fisherman, so I've got patience. I have got a button set for focus stacking on the camera, but I don't think I need it today really. I'm doing alright without it. You can set it so the camera will take like 5 or 6 shots. Well, I've got it set to 6, and it'll actually stack them in camera for you. I don't use the JPEGs that come out of the camera, but it's sort of proof that I will better stack it in software in Affinity. I use Affinity for doing the stacking, so I just take it. It's just sort of just to prove that, you know, the shots are capable of being focus stacked in the software. If the camera can do it, I guess the Affinity can better do it as well. So, well, that's my thinking anyway. And you know, sometimes if you do the focus stacking, you might just better use one of the raw photos. You've got more chance of nailing the focusing as well if you use the focus stacking. But at the moment, I seem to be doing all right, so there's no point in having more images than I need on my memory card. Really, I seem to be doing okay. I mean, I did actually forget how good this. I did use it last year, and I forgot how good this lens is for doing this. It's superb. Ooh, I'm just getting excited now because I think that's a copper butterfly, which it was. Hopefully it'll come back. Oh, there it is. Let's see if I can get close enough to get a photo of that. Now these are quite small butterflies. These are a bit distant at the moment for this one, but if we can get a bit closer without getting stung. I'm getting rambled now. Oh yeah. No pain, no gain. Ramble's digging into my knees now. A little bit closer, this is where, oh, it's gone. Ouch. The brambles don't want to let go of me. Oh, let's see. Be happy if I've got a decent one. Yeah, quite nice. Yeah, that's alright, I'm quite happy with that. What a shell over there actually. I want to turn you off because if I can get one of that just show you the colours as well that you can get with this lens. Oh, stay there please. There you go. Look at the colours of that. Just a balancing act between the shutter. I've just knocked the shutter down a little bit. I'm at f8. In fact, I'm going to go at f7.1 at 6/40th of a second. I'm going to just turn the bird detect off. I'm going to focus single point on the head. Colour you get from this lens and camera. What I look at. I mean, I could go. See if I go to 5.6 and better blur the background a little bit more. That's what people say, but I mean, I'm sure I'm at 5.6 now. Let's see if it'll turn around. And I'll try and get a shot of the colours. Right, here we go. 5.6. I'm sure that background's going to be blurred and that. I'm just going to use this one because it's been quite obliging. So these are all taken at 400mm, so I'm about, I don't know, 3/4 of a metre, 0.75 metres away. Probably at near to the close focusing distance of this lens. I mean, that's good there. Oh, I like that with emphasis and LEDs. Just a white butterfly here. It's exposure compensation on one of my back buttons, so I can, because quite often they'll blow out these white butterflies. So dial in some exposure compensation, it just stops doing that. Oh my, it's too close. Too close. My knees will never be the same. Right, I think it's about time I was heading home. I've had a quick look at the photos that I've got. I'm quite happy with some of them. I think I'll have enough to sort of show you what the lens and camera is capable of. Really is superb. I mean, I have tried macro photography like butterflies with my macro lens, but getting that close is really hard work. So to be able to do it from a distance, it makes life a lot easier. And I mean, butterflies, they're not true macro photos anyway. I mean, most of the butterflies are bigger than the centre of my camera, so you couldn't do true macro. You'd be cutting half the butterfly off. But yeah, so at least I've got a few there. I'll better show you what it's capable of. I mean, I know it's not a cheap lens, but it's really, I mean, I use it for my sport. It's a superb sports lens as well. I mean, you can use it for wildlife if you put a 1.4 teleconverter on it. It's good for doing deer and all sorts of wildlife. We'll just see if we can get one there. It's a bit distant, but yeah, it's not too bad. I better crop into that, I think. Get a little bit closer and see if it'll turn around. And it's quite nice with the light coming through its wings. Oh yeah, nice. Probably just over a metre away for this for that one. Oh right, this is right up in the air. Oh. Put in a bit plus exposure compensation because the sky behind it's underexposing a bit. Should be trying some pro capture shots really, but I'll save that for another video. So this one was just all about what this lens and camera is capable of. Now it's back. It's the only thing I get addicted to doing this. It's really should be going on. I've got a drink. I'll have a drink. It's getting very warm out here. Bit distant that one, but oh, that'll be good. It's nice. Well, it's time for me to head home. It's getting too warm out here. Yeah, I think I've done alright though. Quite happy with some of the photos that I've got. I'm sure I'll better find something that I can edit in DxO, but I'll just show you. I'll put as I've taken them, I'll hopefully the head shots of the head camera worked alright, and I'll better share some photos with you as I go along as I took them and that. And but yeah, really good lens for doing these butterflies and dragonflies as well. But as I was saying earlier, it's spot on for sport as well, so quite a good adaptable lens. Right, I need to go home, get in the shade and have a cold drink now. It's very warm out here. Well, here I am back in the den. I've just edited the video of the butterflies with a 50-200 and picked a few photos to put on the video, and yeah, I didn't do too bad. Got quite a few that I like, and I've decided I'm going to edit the one I've got of a small tortoise shell here. Not too difficult, and edit's quite a quick edit, but I just thought I'd show you the quality you can get with that lens as well as a few techniques in DxO PhotoLab. So right, let's get into it. Right, so here we are over in DxO PhotoLab, and this is the photo that I've chosen to edit. I just thought I'd say, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, I do use a calibrated monitor. I use the Datacolor Spider X Pro to
calibrate my monitor and make sure you're working in quite a dark room. You don't want to be too bright, and I have a daylight coloured light bulb that I use, just so that it just so your eyes see the colours better. So I just thought I'd mention that. Right, so this photo, I'll just I'll zoom in. I'll just sort of show you, you know, the sort of quality you do get with that lens. Just missed the focus a little bit on this depth of field. We just lost the front of this wing this side, but the rest of it's the butterflies in good focus. So that's straight from camera, and that is after it's been brought in, and a couple of tweaks that I have. I'll just shut this side down. I'll use this side just to make it easy for people to follow. I use my own workspace normally, but I'll use these tabs over this side. Right, so first thing I'll do, I'll just show you smart lighting. It's coming at 20 with plus 20 on the smart lighting, and I always have that turned on. I usually do just sort of see what it's doing for me. It's just brightening it a bit and not doing too much, but I'll leave that on. Most of this is going to be done, again, as I usually say, most of the stuff is going to be done locally, so I'm going to stick with that and do it locally. So I'm just going to go for the crop first. As I always say, do the crop first. Local adjustments do slow your machine down with the AI masking and stuff, so I'm just going to crop to how I like it. I'm not bothering too much about these flowers here. I'm going to clone them out. I don't think they add to the photo, so I think I'm a bit distracting. I'm just going to put the butterfly on a bit more of an angle there. So I'm probably going to maybe something like that for the crop. And like I said, next thing I'll do, I'm just going to try and get rid of these flowers over here, so I'm going to do quite a big brush, quite a large big feather as well, and just go over them. And I'm going to repair from over this side, and that's done quite a good job. While I'm here, I don't really like that dark bit of green down there. It's a bit too distracting, so I could try and lighten it with a mask, but I might as well just try and clone that out while I'm in here, see what sort of job it'll do for me. So quite a big feather again. Let's just go over that and see what happens. Obviously we don't want to do it from there, so we'll try it from maybe around there. Yeah, that's looking quite nice, even if I feather it a bit more. It's a matter of sort of dragging around until you get to a place that you like. I'll try it from over here. Not looking too bad. I'm just going to feather a bit more. In fact, do you like with no feather? I think it's better with a no feather on this one actually. See how that looks. Yeah, that looks fine. Quite happy with that. Now I'm going to go on to the just a little bit underexposed, I'd say. So I'm just going to add a little bit of exposure. Not too much. Just a little bit like that. And now let's go on to the local masks. And then this time I'm not going to use the animal, I'm just going to use the area, because I want the thistle that it's on as well masked. Yep, so that's done quite a good job. Now I'm just going to, before I do anything, I'm going to clone that mask and invert it just to make a mask for the background. In fact, I'm going to stay on that. I'm going to knock the mica contrast down on the background a bit. It'll just help that blur a little bit. I might knock the highlights a little bit, but then up the mid-tone slightly. And then I might even work on the greens on that background mask and try and put it a bit more. If I can go that way, I'll take it towards the blue, which I don't want to do. I want to take it more towards the yellow. And it's just making a nice soft mask in the background now. People probably thinking, why don't I use the blur? Well, I'll show you why I don't use the blur. If I use the blur on that mask, zoom in, as you can see what's happening on the butterfly's wings. It's affecting the butterfly, and even on these antennae. So really the blur, you have to be very careful using the blur when you're using it. I always find the micro contrast does quite a good job. Right, so I'm going to go on to the butterfly mask now. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Go back on the background mask, and I'm just going to, I'll just have a look what, it's only at ISO 320, so it probably don't even need to do anything on the on that mask. There's no noise in there or anything, so I am going to go actually into the butterfly mask. Now I might just add a little bit more. I'm going to go 1:1. I'm just going to add a little bit more sharpness. Oh, wrong sharpness. It's the lens sharpness optimization I wanted. I'm just going to creep that up. I do work now with the in the preferences settings. I do work with the deep prime rendering turned on. I've just started doing that because whether they've changed something, but I did find that where is it at? Advanced? No, display. Enable deep prime rendering. I used to have that turned off because I thought it seemed to slow the machine down, but it doesn't. I don't know whether they've done something in the background, but it just doesn't seem to slow the machine down now. So I might as well work with that turned on so I can see what the deep prime is doing. So I'm just going to add lens optimization there. I could even knock some of the denoising off there because I don't think there's going to be much noise anyway, so I'll just knock the denoising back a little bit. Just going to zoom out slightly. This is where maybe working on that mask, just make sure I'm on the right mask. Yeah. Just add a little bit of saturation to the butterfly. And some micro contrast. And I don't think we're too far away now. I think I probably, don't know about the crop, I'll just have a quick look at the crop. It'll probably be slow now because I've got that mask added, but not too bad. So I think that is the finished article, so that didn't take long at all. I could do my usual and put a vignette, but I don't think this really needs it. But so I'll just zoom into to 100% and just, you know, that really sharp lens, the OM System 50-200 f2.8 Pro. It's yeah, it's very good for this sort of work and sports. I use it a lot for sport. It's my go-to sports lens. So I'll just do so that is before and that is after. So just sometimes just try to get rid of these distracting things in the background. I don't think this round this side, these not thistle heads, are they? These flower heads with the fly. I think they were distracting, if anything. So, and then just there was a dark area and the greens were a bit distracting. So I've just sort of smoothed the background out and then sharpened the butterfly up and made that sort of pop out of the background. So another quite quick edit, really. Let's have a look at it. A few different ways of looking at the before and after in DxO PhotoLab. So there we have it. So I hope you like that edit, and I hope you like the video. And don't forget, I do have the discount on any DxO products. Steve Miller 15 if you use that the checkout page, you can save 15% off any new purchases of DxO products. Right, thanks for watching. Until next time.